Well, let's talk about singer R. Kelly, as there is a new development in that case. The R&B star facing multiple legal charges already, including allegations of sexually abusing underage girls. Now, Kelly has denied any wrongdoing, has pleaded not guilty to the charges. And for the latest, we bring in Yelena Adzik. And I say latest because we just heard from Gloria Allred, of course, a very well-known lawyer in the United States who represents some of those accusing R. Kelly. Tell us about this news conference that just happened this hour.
So I'll tell you, Michael, but it really does come with a warning. I just want everyone to know that the details and some of the words that I'm about to say, it's graphic in nature and it's not appropriate for a young ear. So I'm just letting you know that. So this is a woman, Gloria Allred, who, as you say, a lawyer who has held this press conference specifically to introduce a couple. The man's name is Gary Dennis. His wife is Sally, and they were married for have been married for 27 years. Now, they have 2 adult daughters, but I want to be clear that when I tell you that they found a tape in their home, the tape has nothing to do with their daughters or anyone that they even know. He is an avid sports buff. This is Gary Dennis, and the man was saying that he was going through his closet because in the VHS tape days, that was a long time ago, and he thought, I need to clear this clutter up. And he starts going through those tapes of what he thinks are sports tapes, and he finds one that is labeled R. Kelly. He is quizzical about it. He says that he thought maybe it was a taped concert of some kind. He pops it in, thinking he's about to see sports, and he ends up seeing what he says horrified him. In his actual words, he says that he was, quote, disgusted and horrified, and that he just couldn't believe what he was seeing. I'm going to give you a listen right now to Gary Dennis in his own words after he describes finding this tape.
As a parent, it is very disturbing to know that any adult, and I emphasize that again, any adult would engage in sexual acts with a child. There can be no justification for anyone to do what I saw on this tape.
Now, I should clarify that the lawyer there that you're looking at in the middle of that scene, that's Gloria Allred, she said that they are not going to be describing at this press conference the specific abusive acts on tape, but since she references it, she's clarifying that there are specific abusive acts on that tape. She says that it is degrading, sexually predatory actions that were taken on the part of R. Kelly. When asked by reporters how does she know it's indeed R. Kelly, she said repeatedly that the likeness, the image that was seen of the face that is shown is of R. Kelly, that it appears that this adult is telling girls, plural, girls on the tape to perform certain sexual acts, and they are just following through and listening to him and doing whatever he tells them to do. And Gloria Allred was asked at one point, well, you know, how she said, how can you be sure that these girls that you're talking about, that they in fact were girls or that they were underage? And after a long pause, she said that it was apparent that they were not fully developed.
Which raises a disturbing question as to whether or not they were prepubescent in this tape. She didn't share it. We don't know, although that news conference just happened in the last hour. But right to the very beginning, here's a man who was going through his VHS tapes. How did they even get possession of this tape? This
is the question that remains a question, Michael, because of course that was asked. It is one of the first things that anyone would logically think of. How is this in your home? How is this in a bedroom or an attic or any kind of place like that? And he said, through the lawyer, I just don't know. I don't understand it. It's possible over the years I've shared various sports tapes with friends. It's possible it got in my possession that way. But either way, definitively he doesn't know. I want to also just add, though, that Gloria Allred, the lawyer, she also confirmed that she has other tapes. And really and truly the reason for this press conference and the reason that this man even spoke is that he wants other people to come forward. They believe there are still many others in circulation. And the right thing to do is to hand it in, because this is not just sexual abuse, but in fact child pornography. And this should not be in anyone's possession. So to hand it in to the authorities.